Some people say you are what you eat. I would rather agree with you are what you digest and absorb. When I started learning about the human body and the mechanism of autoimmune disease, because I was really looking for a solution to heal myself, one of my most important findings is that taking care of your digestive health is really critical for overall health. And when I started my research, one of the first books I read was this one, L'alimentation ou la troisième médecine, which is written by a French doctor, Dr. Seignalé, and the books mean basically the food or the third medicine. And when I read this book, which is quite technical, so it has a lot of information and it explains actually how this doctor went and helped to heal actually disease and autoimmune disease for several thousand of patients just by changing their diet. I would say now that, I don't agree with this statement of you have an autoimmune disease. The autoimmune disease is a body attacking itself. The body is not attacking itself. The body is attacking the toxicity that accumulated in your body and over years. And if you think about how the body works and what happens if this toxicity stay and remain, which is basically death, it totally makes sense that the body starts reacting and attacking those tissues and those cells which are actually, overloaded with toxicity. Today, there are more than 100 autoimmune diseases. I'm talking about Hashimoto, rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylitis, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis. There's so many. And unfortunately, the rate of those diseases is increasing. And if we think about it, like several years ago, at the beginning of the 20th century, we didn't have all those autoimmune diseases. So that's really the result of our environment, our lifestyle, the stress in which we live, the food we eat that has changed a lot, all the toxin, environmental toxin, and the toxicity that impact our body. And by the way, 80% of people impacted by autoimmune diseases are women. The starting point pretty much of any disease is nutrient deficiency and toxicity. And the digestive system is so critical to those 2 points because it's called the digestive system that we absorb our nutrients if it's working well. And it's also through the digestive system that we eliminate our toxicity. So focusing on the digestive health today, looking at our elimination patterns and especially our bowel movement is very, very important because that's the starting point of everything. If it's working well and we are eliminating regularly as we eat, then we are not accumulating toxin and we are able to, stay healthy. If we are not eliminating regularly, that's where we start to accumulate toxin and that leads to many different health conditions. Nowadays, unfortunately, it's considered totally normal to go to the toilet and have bowel movement, maybe just a few times a week, 2-3 times a week. Whereas it's not normal. It's not healthy. If we eat 3 meals a day, we should go to the toilet 3 times a day to eliminate, our meal residue. If not, that means we need to work on it. Maybe we need to eat more fiber, drink more water. That's really the starting point that everyone should know and should be aware of, and checking on that is that, again, if I eat 3 meals, I should be able to have a 3 bowel movement at least during the day. Also, when you eliminate, you go to the toilet, you should also feel totally relieved. If you go to the toilet and you feel that you could not relieve yourself fully, then you also need to do something about it. So now let's talk about the things that would help. Let's say if you realize listening to this video that maybe you are not going to the toilet as often as you should go, or maybe you have difficulty to eliminate and feeling totally relieved. So those are the things that would help. Number 1, drinking a lot of water. Water is critical, is so critical to many of the reactions in our body, and especially related to the digestive health. We need to make sure we drink at least 2 liters to 2.3 liters a day. And this is so critical because even before talking about the bowel movement, when you sit and have your meal, there is a lot of friction that happens for this meal to be able to be digested and then absorbed, so that you get the energy that you are supposed to get from the nutrient that you absorb. And for that, a lot of those reactions, mechanical and chemical reactions that happen in the body, rely on enzymes, and enzymes which are secreted in your mouth, from the saliva when you chew your food, in the stomach, in the pancreas, and so on. So for those enzymes to be produced, we need water. If you don't drink enough water, you will not have enough enzyme, and that's where the trouble starts, because you will be in a situation where you are not able to, your digestive system is not able to fully break down all the food molecules, and that leads to undigested particle of food that putrefy, lead to bloating, and so on. So drinking enough water is super important. But drinking water throughout the day, between meals, not within meals. Because if you drink water within meals, you dilute those digestive enzymes. And so that will slow down the digestion. So ideally, you want to drink water between the meals, and stop about 20 to 30 minutes before having your meal, so that the enzymes are fully ready and able to assist in the digestion of the food. Second thing, you need to eat in a peaceful and calm environment, and this is super important. Because one thing to know is we have two modes in terms of our nervous system. We have the parasympathetic nervous system, which is when we are calm and we are relaxed, and so digestion can happen in that mode. And there is also the sympathetic nervous system, which is when you are stressed, which means you feel you are in danger, and in this case, digestion is put on hold, because all the blood is going to your brain and to the thoracic part of your body to be ready to fight or flight. That's the fight or flight mode. If you are in that mode, the blood will not go to your digestive system, and so digestion will not happen. That's very important to understand, because if digestion does not happen, absorption cannot happen. So that means you are not getting the nutrient from your food. So you will experience symptoms like lack of energy, being very tired, and of course that's normal because you are not getting the nutrient. And worse is that as you are not getting the nutrients and the digestion is not also happening properly, the food stays in the digestive system and in the stomach for too long, which lead to putrefaction and which lead to bloating, gas, constipation, and so on. So you really want to switch and activate your parasympathetic nervous system when you are eating. So try to really move away from your computer if you are in the office. If you are with people maybe who are stressful around you, try to isolate yourself so that you can be calm when you eat, because that will be critical to have a good digestion and absorption. Third thing, very important, to eat a lot of fiber. So I think I talk a lot about fiber in some of my previous videos. And this is because along with water, fiber is key to help eliminating the toxin. So when you eat fiber, so there's two very important benefits, I would say. The first one is that it feeds your good gut bacteria. So again, fiber, you cannot digest fiber, but that feeds your bacteria. And in exchange, your bacteria produce some very wonderful compounds, which are called short-chain fatty acid, and which help with immunity. Actually, they work very well with your immune system, and they are supporting your immune cells to make sure that anything going wrong into your body, they catch it early, whether it's like viruses, microbes, whether it's cancerous cells. So that's the first very important benefit of eating fiber. The second benefit is that when it goes into the digestive system, it acts like a brush. It drags the waste, and so it helps actually to facilitate bowel movement. So again, if you have enough water, enough fiber, you would be in a very good position so that you have regular bowel movement, and that it's smooth, that you are not, you don't need to put a lot of effort to eliminate. Fourth, you need to move, because movement and exercise stimulate peristalsis, which is basically the mechanical contraction that happen in your digestive system, especially in the intestine. And this helps to get the bowel moving. So it's very important to move whatever activity you are doing, because that's gonna also help to and I think a lot of you might remember that maybe after a run, after doing some sports, often you will go to the toilet because that stimulates this peristalsis. Fifth, avoid overeating and avoid snacking between meals, because your digestive system needs a rest. So I talked before about fasting and especially making sure that we have a period of 12 hours, which include the night. So I think which is totally doable without eating. Because if you are constantly eating, your digestive system, as I mentioned earlier, is using some energy of your body to do this digestion and absorption. So you will feel more tired, and you will not benefit from the time that the body needs to repair itself. So even if you are not like fasting, let's say you have your 3 meals a day and breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Try really not to eat between those meals. Leave at least 4 to 5 hours, because that's what it takes for all the cleaning, housekeeping mechanism in your digestive system to do the work of really getting rid of any residue of food. And if you are if you really need to snack, try to snack close to a meal, so that again you are not stimulating your digestive system all the time, which is really not good for health. And last but not least, when you feel you want to go to the toilet, whether it's to urinate, whether it's to pass bowel, try not to wait. Just go if you can right away. Because many of us might feel sometimes that, oh, it's not the right time, I'm busy on something, or so I'm gonna wait. And then if you notice sometimes that you wait and you actually feel that you don't need to go anymore. But that's not a good sign, because what's happening is your body is reabsorbing the toxins. And this happens with urine, and this happens for bowels as well. So whenever you feel the need, you should go, and you should not wait as much as possible, because you don't want to reabsorb toxin. And if you have kids, I would encourage you to talk to them, to explain the importance of checking on, how often they are going to the toilet, noticing, so that they can, take the right habit from the start and be able to detect early if there is anything that should be corrected. If they feel like they've not been to the toilet maybe for 2 days, they must know that they need to do something about it. Maybe they need to drink more water, have some fruit, some fiber. And I think that's the sum of those little things, from an early age, that really helps to make the difference. We don't talk enough about, bowels, maybe because, it's, I don't know, seen as dirty, but that's so critical again to health. And we know how the gut health and the digestive system now, based on the research of the past years, especially on the microbiome, really associate the gut health, the digestive health, to health or disease. So I hope this helps.